Institute of Real Estate Management 2020's president, Ms. Cheryl Gray, was the first ever international president in Irem's history, from Toronto, Canada. She had a strong background in IT, and in 2019, she was invited as a guest speaker to a real estate technology conference held in Nashville. In the same year, she also came to Japan for Irem Japan's annual meeting as the incoming president. The following year, plans were in place to hold Irem's first ever global summit, outside the US in Toronto, and part of her visit to Japan was likely related to promoting this event. Unfortunately, the COVID-19 pandemic forced the cancellation of the summit, and it took until this year for it to finally take place. Given that Cheryl's presidency was 3 years ago, she did not take a prominent role in this year's summit, but it was undoubtedly an emotionally significant event for her. Holding a summit outside of the US was not the only noteworthy occurrence within Irem. This year, for the first time in Irem's history, all 3 of its officers are women. The President Renee Savage, President-elect Libby Ekra, and the Treasurer Don Carpenter. The Treasurer typically becomes the President-elect the following year, and the Treasurer-elect is also a woman, Ms. Mindy Gronbeck. Therefore, Irem will have a female president for 4 consecutive years. By the way, I believe Japan had only 2 female presidents in its 24-year history. But the lag in gender equity is not the only aspect where Japan faces challenges. Japanese delegates, 27 in total, expressed astonishment at the high cost of living. As someone accustomed to the prices in Hawaii, I found them to be somewhat reasonable. But compared to Japan, due to the exchange rate, it may indeed seem expensive. It's uncertain when the yen will strengthen again. And Japan's economy seems to be lagging behind the rest of the world. One such price increase is the Irem membership fee, which we discussed in our business meeting. Japan, citing the weakened yen, was the only country in the world to delay a fee increase last year. But it appears that it will be challenging to do so for 2 consecutive years. Despite Hawaii's high cost of living and low average incomes, the median income for single-person households is $91,500, which is equivalent to 13,725,000 yen at an exchange rate of $1 150 yen. This is the median, so the average is likely even higher. In contrast, Japan's average income for a single-person household in 2021 is 4,276,512 yen, which is less than a third of Hawaii. It's possible that both Japanese and American people have yet to fully realize that Japan's income levels have not increased over the past 30 years and is being left behind. Japan, as an island nation, may not have opportunities to feel the differences. And Americans may still hold on to outdated images of Japan, wondering why it can't afford a slight fee increase. It's time for Japan to wake up.